No, the thing that I don't
care,
talk
she's
about
so
it a lot is my community likes giving me attention, and I'm like, no, guys, stop. But I enjoy it.
So speaking of your audience giving you attention, my lovely
Yes.
friend Zevi just popped in the chat and dropped redeems for both the Ara Ara and the Uwu. So you guys are gonna have to cringe for a second while I
Okay.
give her that. Oh, thank you for the bits, Pausitau Kirka. I appreciate it. What did I just get into? You're getting into me giving everyone permission to goon. Anyway, speaking of, we're gonna hit it with a little bit of a slide and do the Ara Ara Uwu. There you go.
That was cool. Uwu. Gotta hit a little uwu.
Yeah. An uwu a day keeps the doctor away.
Lavi, what if we gotta do the ara ara as cat girls? We gotta do it. Obligatory cat girl ara ara.
I'm not very good at ara ara, but I can try. Ara ara.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ara ara.
I love it. I love it. You got more than you paid for. Oh, Zevi wants
There
me to
you
do the
go.
uwu again.
Free for one.
She wants me to do my normal uwu. Hold on.
You did kind of clip a little bit on the uwu.
Then
Yeah.
we'll
Uwu.
There we go.
Uwu. Here we go. We're all cat girls now. Yay.
Like
Yay.
you mean it. Zevi's
Cat
here
girl in
judging
you.
my uwus. Lirio made me a cat girl, it's fine. Anyway, I'm sorry that Ender just had to walk into our goon talk, but now we can get back to the rest of it.
I unironically might start like ASMR at some point. So it's completely okay. I'm not bothered by those topics at all. Yep. No.
Do it.
I might.
So,
sorry, this is a
speaking
royal
of
dog
gooning,
interview.
what has been your favorite experience in the VTuber community for both of you? That had nothing to do with gooning. I just wanted to tie everything together.
So as a person who streams on Irium, I do events pretty frequently. They are like little ways for me to get support while also having fun with my community. My favorite moments are when my community exceeds my expectations. Their support of me knows no bounds, apparently, and I'm not used to being liked, so
I feel that so hard.
The success feels so much better when it's a shared success with my community. We did the Irium card deck. We got into that. I'm the 4 of spades. Yes. I'm on the calendar. I did the Shirasu bun eating competition as well. There's a few other ones I forget. It's been a long 8 months. But yeah, no, when my community comes together to support me, and I cry every time. I don't know how to handle support yet.
When you figure that out, let me know, because as you just saw, with you gifting 5 subs for no reason, I also am very bad at accepting support and kindness. I'm not used to kindness.
You both deserve it. You both deserve it. Take
Lies
it.
and
Take
slander.
It. Take it. Y'all have my support. Y'all have my vote.
So what about you, Ender? What has been your favorite experience with the community, with what you've been doing?
My favorite experience is hanging out with my staff and doing cool projects with them. I think people like Lavi and Bretty, she's in the chat, hanging out with my active staff.
Bretty's so nice.
Doing cool, right? She's so nice. Doing cool things with them has just been the best experience. To be transparent, when I first started VTubing, I did get kind of into the numbers game a little bit. I was worried about how small I was and how big all the talents that were going to be on my projects were going to be. And I was like, well, I'm working with people of all sizes now, and I'm realizing number doesn't quite matter. I'm meeting some really cool people and interviewing them too. And even though we only cross paths maybe once or twice, maybe we'll cross paths again for future projects, I just think it's really cool that I get a glimpse into their lives, and I can do that at a rapid pace, interview after interview. I will say the entire month of June I've done about 20 interviews, for various things. VTuber group auditions, V-Rising magazine, even my VTuber group Starbrew, I did auditions for those. So I interviewed maybe 20, 30 times, 30 interviews this month, but getting a glimpse into everyone's lives has just been amazing. And Brady, yes,
Oh,
working with you on
Brady.
the interviews has been amazing. It's my first issue where I'm doing the interviews with someone, so me and Brady kind of hanging out. It feels less like an interview now and more just like a hangout session, and we're getting people from the past as well. I'm working with people again, like I'll get a few specific people that'll come back on a new project, and it's really nice to work with them again. You know, Lavi, I'll say Pokobun, Cynical, Ready. It's really nice just working with everyone multiple times, and if we only cross paths once, that's great. I get a glimpse into your VTuber life, and that's great. But you know, all these other people that I'm meeting again, you know, they'll apply to a second project, they'll want to be staff, they want to be affiliate, etc., etc. It's just so nice seeing people want to keep supporting me and my project and be involved with Debut Factory. So I'll just say the people have been the best part, and my experience has been overwhelmingly positive. There are some bad apples out there, of course. There are going to be a few people that try to go against you, but as long as you don't name them, as long as you don't cause an issue, and if you keep quiet during the bad moments and just trek forward, it'll be all okay. And I found working with most people has been pretty good.
Ender literally
And you know,
subtweeting me live. There's some
who?
people.
Huh? Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
angling
no,
your
it's
head
been great
towards me
working.
like some
Oh,
bad people over here.
no, not you, Sariel. You have been an angel. You're a
Ah,
fallen angel,
ah,
but you have been a real angel to work with. So it is great, and I hope we can continue to work together as well. You're one of the good ones.
I
You're one of the
appreciate
good
it.
ones.
So I will
And you too,
say
Lavi.
about
Mhm.
the V Rising that you're working on right now. I'm not just saying this because she interviewed me for it. Like, getting to see some of the background work going on and your crazy work and just everything in the background, it's going to be absolute heat. If you're on the fence about checking it out, I absolutely would. Every single creator is just fantastic. I've gotten to meet a bunch of really cool people just being like, oh, I'm seeing this person in the server. I'll go check them out. Like, everyone is so cool. It's going to be such an absolute banger. So if you're not sure, you should be. You should be sure that you're going to get it because it's fantastic.
Yeah,
My little
absolutely.
pitch out of the way.
You're in the next V
No, I love
Rising.
to do it. Yeah, Sariel's in volume 5.
I felt bad because
want a
that
copy.
interview took so long.
Want a copy?
I want a copy.
Everyone buy. No. Wait, Sariel. You're in volume 5. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned it at all this stream. Guys, Sariel is in volume 5 of you
Well, okay, because
Rising.
this is about
The
your
only-
stuff. This is about your
the
stuff.
only-
I wasn't.
The only regularly physical VTuber magazine. Serial is in volume 5, so you should buy it when it comes out. It's going to go on for pre-orders in late July. So next month, be prepared. Buy Serial's copy of the magazine, and you will get a free letter from him. You can choose his heartfelt letter. I'm sure he's working on it now, but it'll be ready by the time pre-orders come out. So yeah, go buy, guys. Go buy it. Go buy it. It's not live yet, but eventually.
Ender, did I ever tell you that my physical copies of V Rising that I have are like displayed in my living room?
That's so
Really?
fun.
That's so cute.
Yeah, no, I got a little stand from Daiso, and it's like open to my page in the book, and it yeah.
I love that. I'm
That's
pretty
so
sure that's
sweet. I
what my
love that
wife
people
is going to
treasure
do.
I love that people treasure it. Show your wife and kids, Sariel. Show your wife and kids this amazing
Absolutely.
magazine. Yeah, I will say, specifically as a VTuber business owner, I'm sure you wanted my more business perspective, as well as the personal one. There are going to be times that people take advantage of you, take your work and try to stir it into something bad. It has happened to me quite a few times. I won't name names. I won't name experiences either. I don't want to do the people who have hurt me that way either. But I will say, I do a lot of I do all the graphics. I do all the socials. I do all the work. Brady now is doing the text transcriptions and interviews with me, so she is taking quite a big load for me. I will say I do a lot of work for VTubers, and sometimes people will take it and not give back. I will say, a big part of your growth as a VTuber, as well as working with Debut Factory more, it is nice when people meet me halfway and put in the extra work. So I love working again with the people that put in the extra mile. You know, like Poco, Cynical, they all put in the extra mile. All these other VTubers I've been working with.
Say
I
you
won't get
meet
too
me
specific.
halfway.
But yeah. Cynical specifically, I know you interviewed her as well. I interviewed her again for Volume 5. She's on Volume 5 too. She was on 4 and 5, so if you're a Cynical fan, you can buy Volume 5 too. She was amazing to work with, and I will say, as a business owner, you are gonna see some bad people take advantage of you or try to do wrong by you, but it is important for me that I move forward. I'm pretty silent when it comes to that stuff. I try not to stir the pot, as they say. I kind of keep to myself and my positivity. So in my experience as a small business owner, I just kind of move forward and do my own thing, and I found that's kind of the best way to do it. Honesty and transparency is always the best way forward as well. I have made mistakes along the way, but of course I am trying to improve upon my craft as a business owner as well. So
There's only a few dead
it is a
bodies,
hard
so it's
journey.
fine.
Hide the bodies. And there are no bodies. maybe undertaking that high road. Honestly, it's hard. Being a business owner, I will say, there is the anti-corpo sentiment in VTubing right now. It's a little bit unrelated to Royal Dawn. Well, kind of, but it is kind of related to Royal Dawn. There's a lot of eyes on corpos and agencies right now because a lot of them have gone under the last year and a half. There have been a lot of bad experiences with VTuber businesses, merch and agency and other stuff. And of course, I'm not an agency. I don't have talents, really.
I don't have
But I do
talent
have my
either.
projects.
Don't hate corpos, please.
Hey, Sariel,
I didn't
no,
do
stop, you're amazing.
anything.
No, but I have. I will be transparent. I have noticed that there are eyes on me, and people have tried kind of pinning the same anti-corporate sentiment on me. And it's hard as a small business owner in the space when you're trying to keep like a business, but a lot of other businesses in the space haven't been doing their work as a business. And it's kind of hard when the sentiment of anti-corporate culture is around. There's a lot of big and small VTubers that feel there shouldn't be businesses in the space at all. It should all be independent. And yeah, it's been hard when people have even tried talking about me in that light. And there's a lot of eyes on me now that I'm growing and I'm doing all these projects and just putting a lot on my plate. People are noticing me and I'm noticing them noticing. So it's a lot of work. It's a little bit of pressure, but I'm trying my best to be transparent, work through my mistakes, and kind of work with VTubers as much as possible. Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah, you know, for agencies, I try to work with agencies and indies, so I'm trying to kind of do a little bit of everything. Ooh, blue eyes. Nice. Wait, I thought you had red eyes.
I have both.
I must be tripping. Anyway. Oh, okay. I got confused. I was like, oh, huh, okay. But anyway, yeah, as a small business owner, it is definitely a different road because I'm not an indie streamer. And it can be a hindrance and it can be a help that I'm not a streamer. And I do admit, like, I used to think stream wasn't all that. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, and that's where a lot of the support comes in. So I can understand why people do it now, but I don't do that. I do something a little bit different. And sure, the lack of familiarity with what I'm doing can be scary to some people. I understand that maybe debut factory may be scary for people who don't know what I'm doing. Oh, am I a business? Am I gonna screw them over? Revenue, all that.
Are you going to put me on a hit list? And
I will say I'm trying to be.
I want to add, Debut Factory is, I am speaking as an agency VTuber. It is one of the few companies that still exist that will still work with people who are indie and corpo. It's either one or the other usually. There's a real lack of support for VTubers who are like me in a smaller corpo. It's not small over in Japan, but it is over in the US. It's been difficult, so Debut Factory is really a blessing to the community.
Yeah, I will say, you know, working with Lavi, even though she is agency, she does a lot of the work by herself. She carries herself.
Like 99% of it myself, yes.
I don't want to get into the Bond light vent because I don't know how much I'm allowed to
No, we're good. We're good.
Yes. Lavi works. I will say, you know, I feel like people get too much into the VTuber side of things that they forget real life. They forget real business and how it all works. Running a business is hard. And startups, especially running a startup, is hard. And I will say, unfortunately, most VTuber agencies are startups. If you're in your first 1 to 5 years, you're still a startup. You are new. And unfortunately, most VTuber agencies, especially the small and new ones, fall under that category, and most of them fail. It's not new that most VTuber agencies that we've seen in the last year fall. That's not a random occurrence. That's not like a special thing to VTubing. That's real life. Most businesses just fail. That's just how it works. And it doesn't mean you're necessarily bad. A lot of them may have been hard workers, and a lot of the staff on, other businesses, they have their lives, they have their hard work. But I will say, as a VTuber business owner, it is hard. And I'm trying to be nice to everyone in this space, and smaller agencies and their talents also need the support. So I'm trying to support Lavi here in her endeavors and fund a concert for her and kind of help her
I
out
appreciate
because,
it.
Lavi's doing a lot. So I will say, from the business side of things, it's harder than it looks. TLDR, harder than it looks. I'm trying my best. I'll be transparent always. Talents first.
Ender is always trying to convince me to stop doing all the work myself, that we can pay other people to do some of it.
It comes a point, Lavi, where we need to delegate. I found that's the hardest part in running a business too, is learning when to delegate. I'll say that's also my experience in content creation. It's getting to a point where I need to delegate things. I can't sit and draw illustrations all day, so I hire artists. Animation I can't do really at all, so I hire for trailers. There are people who illustrate, there are people who animate better than me, and I have a degree in it, but I didn't really study anime art. So when you're working with anime girls all day, you gotta hire people who are good at that. And I just love working with talents and doing interviews and merch for them because they have their followings. I love supporting their followings. It's hard when you have to make your own, but I just love supporting other people and their communities. So just as much as I am here for the businesses and Lavi and other talents, I'm here for the communities of the talents. I want to help, Lavi's fans out. I want to help all my other talents fans out. So I'm giving them a little special, commemorative piece, like a magazine or a trading card even. Just little things that can help them feel connected to their Oshi and help the talents feel supported. So I'm just trying to support projects that'll help talents feel included. Am I rambling?
No, it's okay, but you tied in perfectly. It was something, again, I was going to ask later, but we'll sort of get into it since we're pulling the curtain back a little bit on the business side of things. The question I had down is, how do you guys feel about the super common phrase, I started VTubing to make friends? And how that tied into this was just, I've noticed it, and I've bitched to Ender about it, if I'm being honest. There is this ever-prevalent feeling of, like, almost having friendship as a currency sometimes. And so when you do, like, doing an interview and then the person's like, oh my gosh, like, we're such good friends now, we should do things. And then that person drops off the face of the earth and never talks to you again. I'm of the mind that I'm like, hey, I actually take friendship very seriously. So I'm very, I don't want to say stingy, but like I don't throw it around a lot because like if I'm calling you my friend, it's because you're my friend. And you see a lot where because it's almost like the TV show thing too, where people see it and they're like, oh, those two people are on the same screen, they must be best friends. And so it feels like that friendship has almost turned into a commodity where people are like, hey, we can do things together and be friends. And working on both like the personal and business side of things, I have a rough time with that because I'm like, I can be okay being like, hey, this seems like a mutually beneficial thing for us to do. If a friendship blossoms from that, that is fantastic. But I'm not expecting you to immediately love me because we played Mecha Chameleon together or something like that. But it feels like that is like the required thing to say, being like, oh, we've done one thing together. We are now friends. Is that something you guys have sort of noticed in the background?
So that's actually something that I talked to my therapist about yesterday. There is a difference between, standard friendships like you would expect as a person that is not a VTuber. Those are like standard friendships. Those are the people that like you talk to every day and you do things with, and that kind of person. And then there's in this space what I call collab friends. They're people that, like, maybe you talk to every other week or something, maybe even less. And those tend to be more evergreen friendships to me. I don't know if it's because I'm so busy, but I actually prefer those people. Well, it's not that I prefer those people. It's I don't prefer any of my friends or any of my other friends. Don't allegate.
Lavy
No
friendship tier list
allegations.
win. Oh.
Friend tier list.
Upstream.
No, but like the idea of I can come back to this conversation when I have the emotional and physical spoons to do so. That's nice. I really like that. There are some people who will do that as like you said, like a currency kind of thing, like not that they're using you or anything, but like it's not even like clout chasing either. I don't think there's really a word for it. I can see how somebody would see that as like a negative thing. It does have its positives. Like, you can come back a month down the road and that person will still be like, "Hey, buddy. Hi, friend." And it just makes me really happy.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. Mine is more
Yeah.
just the being honest about it. My issue is more when somebody makes a big deal
Oh,
about being
when
your
they just
best
ghost
friend
you.
and then
Oh.
you don't hear from them for a year, and I was like, you
Yeah.
didn't have to say that. I was because like Inder was saying with the interviews,
Oh,
it's like this
yeah.
might be somebody who we do the magazine and then I never cross paths with them again, or I cross paths with them a long time, or we continue to do stuff together, and it's okay to have those different things. But you don't have to buy the interview by saying we're best friends and then never talking to me again. It's okay. This can be a one-time fun opportunity to do something, and then we part ways. It's okay.
Yeah. No, I think that there needs to be more people that are comfortable with holding back on saying, "Oh, this person is my friend." I tell people, okay, so there was an issue with parasociality in my community like a while ago. I got it taken care of. They took me saying, "Hey friend, how are you?" Like whenever they come into my chat, right?
Yeah.
They took that as us actually being friends. And I was like, the way I explained it is, no, it's like Mr. Rogers. And that made a lot of sense to my community.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You see that a lot in streaming when people are like, "I love you guys." It's like, as a community, like I am so thankful for the support. That wasn't a like individual declaration of like
Right.
deep-seated love for every single individual in the
Yeah.
group right now.
I think it's a communication thing. I think that, when people say, "Hey, you're my friend," they don't think about how that might affect someone. It's very throwaway. And it really shouldn't be, I think.
Yeah. Precision of language.
Yes.
This is such an interesting conversation to hear from content creators like streamers.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's that whole discussion online right now about like friendship versus networking versus business partners.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
There's different ways to perceive all of that and kind of synthesize all that discussion. Because everyone's going to have different views on it. There's no one right answer to the way we see business transactions or collab transactions or just personal friendships. There's no way to really categorize it in a sense. Because it's just going to be different for every connection. Just as that way to put it. It's going to be different. For me, I've been seeing that discussion. I think about how it applies to me as well. Yeah, I do a lot of of course, I do a lot of the business transactions and relationships, but it has been nice to meet other friends in the space who want to continuously not just work with me, but talk with me. So it's great to do a little bit of everything. And I try not to pressure those that, just want to be friends. And, I try not to overly share with those who want to just stay a business transaction. So it's good to just find which lanes each person wants to be in. And like, not everyone has touch of autism, so not everyone's gonna say it. But it's good to just find people where they're at and kind of meet them where they are. That's what I try to do. I just match everyone's energy. So,
I really wanted to get both of your opinions on, because I'm very weird about friendship. I'm very bad with it just because I only know how I feel, and so I have a weird way of categorizing friendship where it's based off of my individual feelings towards that person versus the mutual thing. You will very rarely hear me say like we are friends. You'll hear me say stuff like they are my friend because I feel that friendship towards them and I don't want to speak for them. And so it's very weird when somebody reciprocates that. I'm like, oh shit, are we friends? I just thought that like you were my friend. I did not know that I was also your friend.
No, and I think it's actually really funny to me that that's the thing in this space. 'Cause I've been a VTuber since late 2024, but I was a cosplayer for a lot longer before that, and I was a cosplay streamer, and in the cosplay space, especially where I'm from, there was no, hey, I want cosplay friends. It was always a like business transaction. You know people because you want to work with them. It was never, hey, I'm in this space so I can make friends. So seeing people in the VTubing space because they want to make friends, that's very cute to me. I don't have a better word for it. It's cute. It's very sweet. And that's a reason that I left the cosplay community, actually, is because I didn't want to see my relationships and friendships with people as like a transaction. It was really weighing on my soul, and I don't want to be that kind of person. Not that there's anything wrong with being that way.
It
It's just
just
not me.
doesn't vibe for you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't vibe for me.
I
No.
think these conversations are really important just because people in this area that I've seen really, really seem to shy away from the nitty-gritty business talks. I know that it'll never be like super normalized in the community because there is that layer of kayfabe that like
Yeah.
everything performs better when everyone thinks everyone is best friends until they're not, and then there's a huge drama blow up and it crushes everyone. But I
Okay,
think
fave
it
doesn't
isn't.
exist for me.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you see is me.
That like I have my backstory and like my lore, and it doesn't affect anything. It's just sort of how I got here, and now it's just me. But I think it is important to be able to talk about that and have that realistic expectation of just being real, because yeah, we're all characters, but there are all real people, and there's going to be some real emotion behind that. And I think it's important to be able to talk about all the aspects, not just it's not just like dumping all the time. It is sometimes it is the business talk and the background
Right.
things that are really heavily affecting things in the foreground.
No, I
Yeah.
think that I think it's really important to have these like serious discussions, especially in a professional like forum, in a podcast or whatever. I think it's important to let newbies, especially, know that this is a struggle that has existed since the dawn of time.
I wish there had
Everyone
been somebody to tell me.
everyone is looking for connection.
I wish somebody had told me
Um,
that there are definitely people who will take the first opportunity just completely stomp on your heart. That like at the given chance. It's not
yeah, no.
everyone, but there are like it's like, hey, be nice,
Yeah.
but also guard up a little bit because there are people who will step on you the second they see the opportunity.
If I had a nickel for every time somebody in the either cosplay or VTubing scene like took advantage of my kindness, I would be a rich person. I would not have to VTube anymore. But it's something that you have to deal with. You have to really put your guard up. You have to, keep people at arm's length. I think that the people that you see in my streams most frequently, those are my inner circle. You have to upkeep your inner circle and like figure out where people sit. And I hate that I
Absolutely.
have to do that, but it's important.
I'm trying to not have all of my kindness beaten out of me, so I got to put up some guards
Yes.
there.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, there's so many big creators that they've literally had the kindness, stomped out of them. They started as a person who wanted to help out the VTubing community, and that sets you up for failure, basically. And I hate that it does, but I'm determined that I'm not going to let my kindness be stomped out, and I'm going to continue on. I'm one of the most stubborn people that I know. So